jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Yo, once again, you're tuned in to World Combat Sports. You know what it is? We have an exclusive coming, a hot and heavy women's bare knuckle championship on the horizon next weekend, going down off the bare knuckle fighting championship. This is Knuckle Mania number 2 between two well-known fighters in combat sports. You have the MISFIT herself, Ferea. She's challenging Britain Hart. This is going to be an amazing showdown because they already stepped in the ring before. And I'll tell you a little bit about it once, Christine gets into the studio. Mr. Pass on deck, appreciate you pulling up. Trying to let the room populate. We're going to get the one and only Christine Ferea on deck. Just give me a moment. Fighters are trained and everything like that, so it's not always on time. You know what I'm saying? It's not always on time. So just give me a moment while I wait for her to get in the building. In the meanwhile, appreciate Mr. Pass being the first on deck. Appreciate your support, big dog. Hit the like button. Everyone that's on deck, hit the like button. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going to pop some of those questions to him, Mr. Pass. You know what I'm saying? Kind of get the audience a little feel for how it goes down over there at the Bare Knuckle Arena, Absolutely. And when you're in the building, if you want some questions to be asked pertaining to the fight game, respectful questions, so to speak, then, I'll try to address them and keep up with the live chat. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about it. So just give me a minute. I'm definitely trying to wait to Christine get into the building. What's going on, everyone? Give me an opportunity to introduce the one and only, the MISFIT, Christine Ferea. How you feeling?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Hey, good to see you again. It's been a minute,
man. Yeah, it's been a minute.
And you're still doing big things. For those of you that don't know, the fighter that's in the building right now, she's basically competed in pretty much every combat sport you can imagine. She's been in Muay Thai, kickboxing, mixed martial arts, bare knuckle fighting, and pretty much with bare knuckle, you would say that's where you have risen to your notoriety, so to speak, with some of the fights you've been in, right?
I think that this is where I've had an opportunity, yeah, to shine.
To shine?
Yeah, where
With what, your
I've
knuckles?
been recognized. Yeah, where I've been recognized more. I think that David Feldman and Bare Knuckle, they gave me opportunity and put me on. The other promotions, they passed it up.
That's what's up. Hey, talk to me, Christine. It's been a bit of a hiatus. I know you've been fighting like once a year. I know you went through
No,
surgery.
yeah. Just that was just during a surgery.
Yeah, how's that shoulder doing now?
It's great. It's strong. It doesn't hurt anymore. It used to fucking hurt all the time, and now it doesn't. So I'm happy.
I know you're one of the only fighters that pretty much, when I knew you, you put your training out
Mm.
online. Most people don't put their training. You was putting your training out there, and you was pretty much like, I don't care what they see. They got to deal with it anyway.
They can they can try and mimic me. They can try and prepare for me. Man, it just makes me when I put my stuff out there, it just makes me have to be that much smarter and that much faster and that much better. It doesn't matter. I'm here to market myself. I'm here to get views. I'm here to show people um, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and show the younger athletes how to do it because there's a lot of fakes out there and a lot of people that don't work hard. So
You mentioned way back when, man. I think we might have had this conversation when I was in Florida, right? You was pretty much, and I was telling you about how you have that persona and it's the fight game, and you're supposed to have that bravado about you, right? You're supposed to talk your trash.
yeah,
But you were saying that they might want to market the more attractive women over there, so to speak. And you're not the girl that come around here and give them that sweet side all the time and everything.
oh,
Do you?
I'm gonna tell the men that their women definitely think I'm attractive. I'm definitely
Yeah,
attractive. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But the thing is yeah, do they want? I think they're gonna find out that I can carry the division. I can bring people in. People want to see me fight, or they don't. They either
yeah.
hate my cocky ass, or they think I'm cocky. Confidence is not cocky. Um, Either way, I'm gonna bring people in, and I know how to fight. So, and I give 100%. I'm a real athlete. I'm not just here for show. I have to add in the show and the marketing to better myself and to get fights. But I'm a fighter first, and I think that me being the champion and me showing that is gonna change a lot of perspective in that because they tried the page, they're trying the Britain, they're trying the, you know, I guess you could say the pretty face, the girly aspect. But this is a
Yeah.
sport. This is a sport, and it doesn't matter. I wasn't born a male. I was born female, and the way I dress and the way I carry myself doesn't mean that I'm a dude. It means that I'm maybe more rough, whatever you call it, tougher, faster, smarter, more athletic. That doesn't mean I'm not a female, and that doesn't mean I'm not going to go in there and wreck all these girls and do it legally.
Hey, I totally understand that Christine went to it. Like, you put in your work at bare knuckle, you
Yeah,
put in your work in combat sports, period.
yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I've seen a fighter come over, Rachel Ostovich,
Mhm.
the Paige Van Zants. And do you believe they took a shorter route, even though they have the combat background? They took a shorter
No,
route to get over there and
no,
get the notoriety they did in bare knuckle.
no. They bring the notoriety. You know what I mean? They bring that they earn that, and they got the opportunity in the UFC to get all um, that promotion and that exposure, and that's cool. I don't think that they were handed anything. They had to do everything that I've had to do. I mean, they when I fight, it's promoted. I mean, this fight is definitely being promoted a lot better for me. Um, I have to do 10 times more to get half of what they get, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm not complaining about that, and I'm here to work, and I'm here to win. And no matter how long it takes me, no matter what age it takes me, I did it, and I came out on top. I'm gonna come out on top, period, because I know my work ethic and I know my sacrifice. All I needed was the opportunity. Now I'm here.
Hey, you already been the police cadet champion.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Now you're
yeah. But
fighting for something different.
I'm
You're
fighting
you
for
fighting for
the
something totally
world.
different now.
I'm fighting for the world diamond belt
Yeah.
and the BKFC belt. Yeah, I've been the champion. Do I don't really like that win too much, even though I had the belt and stuff like that. And I want to get my belt, defend it once or twice, and then move up in weight. So
So speaking of the diamond belt and the Knuckle Mania 2 that's coming up, you're fighting for bare knuckle world championship again. The backstory between you and Britton Harden, it couldn't be any better at this time. It's amazing. The first fight was short. You pretty
yeah.
much took off on her
Mhm,
after the first round, filling out
mhm.
process, and then you put like a punch combination. I couldn't tell you what you put, but
Yeah.
she turned her back on you. Her
Hmm.
I was messed up to the point where they call it TKO stoppage.
Yeah.
What was going on in your head in that fight? What did you see?
The first round, I was just feeling her out, seeing her power, her strength, her skills, her reaction time, and I realized there was nothing there. And so when I landed something nice and I saw her hurt, that's when I went in. And people may think that I might look like, oh, I just go in and punch. Everything is very strategic that I do, even though it looks wild and it looks crazy and it doesn't look planned. I practice everything I do, and um, in my head, in the first round, I didn't like how the first round went. So when I went back to the corner, even my coach was like, "Calm down. I know you weren't happy with that first round. I know." And then when I went out and I caught her with that hook, she started backing up. If you go back and you see when it started at the beginning of the end is when I caught her with the hook, and she's like, "Whoa!" She starts backing up. She probably couldn't see her. I rocked her pretty good, and then that's when I went
Yeah.
in on her.
I thought you was taking it pretty easy, man. Like you have some of the best boxing skills in bare knuckle,
Thank you,
period.
thank
You
you,
line your punches up very, very nice.
thank
I
you.
don't know what you're talking about the wildness. I mean, you're the fighter, not me, but I still think you was,
Maybe because I'm in
kind of
boxing
filling out the
gyms.
first round.
I'm in boxing gyms, so they're very critical. They
Okay.
like that calm, cool, collected type. But I'm, I'm calm, cool, collected when I have to be, and I know when to go and when not to go. That's what I tell these boxing guys. I'm like, dude, it might just look like I'm just going, but I
Yeah.
know what I'm doing. I know when to go, and I know when to pull back. I got my ass kicked a million times in the gyms. I'm very experienced, so I know when to go and when not to go. Um, yeah. So I mean, some people see it, some people don't. You know.
So back then, the first time you and Britain fought, right?
Mhm.
Were y'all pretty amicable? Was it y'all? It seemed like y'all was pretty cool back then. What changed?
Yeah, I talked a little trash. I always do a little bit of build up before the fight.
A little bit? Shit.
I always do a little bit. I want to. People aren't here to see the everyday thing. Like, what you want us to go in all quiet? Come on, dude. We're first of all, we're entertainers and we're fighters. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go in there. We're gonna put on a show. But this is real bad blood. I mean, we were cool after the fight. I was very respectful to her and her team. I even went up to her. I have empathy and compassion for people. I know that it broke her heart that I won the belt. Her no heart. I took it that night. But I just I'm cool to people. And then she came to Vegas one time. Those people, people here, they didn't like her. They're kind of like shunning her because she doesn't know how to act. I
Mm,
try to school her, try to mentor her. I try to do a lot of things for her. And I was there for her when she called, when things were going wrong in her personal life. I was trying to help her, support her, even publicly supporting her. And I still didn't know the other side of the story. Just
yeah.
being there for the female, support. Man, I was warned not to be there. I mean, I was warned about her that she was this, she was that. And I don't listen to what everybody says. Like I get to know somebody for who they are because you don't know who's hating, whatever. You never
Yeah.
know the truth on both sides. And she turned on me, and I was told that's what she does, and I didn't believe it, but it happened, and that's okay because I'm gonna. She forgot. She forgot. She forgot. after these 4 wins, okay, she fought Jenny Savage, my homie, great fighter, but she is definitely in the wrong weight class. So
Yeah.
she fought her. That was a total mismatch. She fought Randine. Randine can't even make weight. She's not an athlete. She is in this for whatever. I don't know. I don't
Correct.
like Randine. I was cool with her, but the way what she pulled with Taylor Starling, and she didn't try to make weight, and the management team was even going to say, "We'll pay for this." It just not an athlete, not a dedicated athlete. So those are 2 wins that meant shit.
Yeah.
And then 3, Paige and Pearl. Pearl, she didn't beat. I was ringside at first when I was on ringside from Britain moving forward. I was like, okay, she got that. And I know the judges aren't going to give it to Pearl, her being in Florida. But when I went back and watched, I was like, damn, Pearl clearly won that fight. And then Paige, if there was one more round, Paige would have TKO'd her.
Mm.
So, I mean, I would beat everybody. Everyone, I would TKO all of them. At
Oh,
least, I mean, I would try for the knockout, but I
yeah.
think, in my opinion, I would either KO or TKO all of the opponents that she took the decision.
You've had some of the better highlight fights. Like I said, your fight against Helen Peralta, right? I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know how many times you hear her flush, but some people you just can't knock out,
Yeah,
regardless.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Some people you just because you touched her up so many times, she was looking disfigured, all
Yeah.
of that.
Hmm.
And I was saying to myself, I'm surprised the referee didn't stop that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that was a. She's a tough girl. You know what I mean? So, um, I mean, Britain Hart isn't Helen Peralta. Not even close. She doesn't have Helen's power. I've never been dropped in my whole career. And when I was coming off 2 extremely fast wins, fought Helen Peralta. I don't really think Peralta's skills are there yet. I
She's a
mean,
wide puncher.
yeah,
She's a wide
she's
puncher with a
she's I
power.
think she needs to get a trainer that teaches her better and gets her if she gets her boxing down and her stuff down, she's going to be dangerous. Super dangerous. So like I didn't go into the fight totally like, oh my God, you know? So I learned a lesson from that fight. Don't take anyone lightly. Um, you can get caught by anybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's the same way I'm going in with Britain. You know what I mean? I don't I respect the game. I respect the game and I respect that anything could happen at any time. So Britain thinks and her team and people think I'm taking that shit lightly. They're out of their mind. I'm going in there to
I
kill
don't think
her.
they believe that, Christy, at all. I
Uh,
think you are what I call a carefree savage. You are the nicest person when you're talking one on one in person,
yeah,
but when you jump in the ring, I mean, you
yeah,
full go. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You full go ahead and try to take out your opponent. I don't
yeah.
think their team is think you taking this fight lightly. I think they believe you've gotten better,
Hmm.
and they believe that Britain has gotten better because
Yeah.
she's married to Joy Beltran. I'm pretty sure he's teaching her some things now. What
He's
do you think
probably
about
teaching
that process?
he's probably teaching her how to take punches to the head so they could both be evenly punchy. You know what I mean? So he doesn't feel so behind. I mean, I
Whoever.
hope he's teaching her. I hope he's teaching her because that's gonna be an easy night for me. Because if I was a dude, I would beat the shit out of him.
Hey, that's what it seems like her approach is now there, Christine. It seems like
Yeah, I
she's
know.
coming forward more, but it's not, any type. One thing I can say, you do have defense now. You're just
Oh
not
yeah,
going in there looking goofy and getting hit upside the face and keep on coming forward.
that's my number one thing I work on. I work rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds of people just punching me,
Mm.
and I don't have ego in there. Like I might look like I'm an egotistical piece of shit or a big head and cocky. No, man. Like I go in the gym and I only spar dudes. Do you think I ever win that shit? No, I don't. I get my ass kicked all the time. Like every time I go to practice, I feel like I'm going to a fight. Every time I go to practice, it's not fun for me. Like people are Like, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to practice because I feel like every time, like, and the trainers that I have are like expecting the best out of me. And if it look like shit, and the people around me in the gym see me looking like shit, it hurts my heart. Like, it hurts
Yeah.
me. Like, I want to be the best and I want to have good technique and not get hit and hit. And so every time I have practice, like I have practice in about 40 minutes, it's like I get nervous before every session, especially
Mm.
sparring, because it shows what progress I've made and who I really am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going in there asking these guys to hit me easy. Like, if they start hitting me easy, I'll get rid of them. I won't use them.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Who you with now? Who you training with now?
they're not killing me. But like, if they start to like ease up on me because I'm getting touched up,
Yeah,
I won't work with them again.
I
Um,
got you. Okay. Who
what
you training with now? Because last time I knew you was with Dewey Cooper and
I was
and
with
and
Dewey,
that team.
And then Gil. I was with Gil Martinez a little bit. Right now I'm with AJ Easley and DJ Krill at DLX.
Hey,
I
how?
like different trainers for different things. Like,
Okay.
if you see every fight, I don't fight the same every fight. Like, with Calista Salgado, I didn't fight her like I would fight Britain Hart.
Yeah.
First of all, she's a lot better fighter.
Hmm.
She's fought 5 world champions. She's went to decision. She's fought Amanda Serrano, Michaela
Yeah.
Myers.
True.
Like, she's fought amazing boxers, and she's taken
Hmm.
it to decision with a lot of them. You know what I mean? I mean, she might have got beat, but I mean, there's a lot to say when you're
Yeah.
going to
Experience.
decision. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
experience. You know, when Britain Hart fought a champion, she got her ass handed to her and TKO'd her ass. But that's the one thing is Britain Hart could take a beating. That's why I don't think I'm going to put her out in the first round. Um, uh, I think that she's going to take a beating. I think she's good at that. That's what her and her man do have in common. I think she could take some shots. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would for those of you that's listening, Christine Ferea, she fights in bare knuckle fighting in the squared circle. The rules are a bit different. They fight 5 rounds, 2 minutes apiece. Their knuckles are exposed, but they have hand wraps up to an inch from the knuckle properties, right?
Yeah, they just go 2 fingers down, and then we could wrap. We could wrap here. So we just have, like, it's basically wrist protection. You know?
Hey, I have a comment. He said, ask her if she believes fighting in the BKFC is probably more difficult than UFC or no.
I think every sport is different. So every sport I've trained it's all hard. Combat sports, you're going toe to toe with another person. It's hard. Um, I feel like when you're training MMA for like UFC, that you have to train so many different things that it could be overwhelming.
Yeah.
You have to train wrestling, jujitsu, um, kickboxing, boxing. So wrestling, there's just so much. I don't. I feel like the hardest training I've had is wrestling and boxing. Boxing, it requires so much cardio, and there's so many punches coming at you.
Correct.
Like, I've had the most problem with other boxers, not like when I was in MMA. I feel like I could figure them out better than I could figure out a boxer. You know.
Mm. What is like three need to know in bare knuckle on how to place your punch? Because well as I do, you're just not going in there punching reckless like you would have boxing
No.
gloves on. So what's three
Yeah.
need to know so you won't break your knuckles or your wrists right off the back?
You need to condition. You need to condition your hands. Um,
Rice,
with
rocks, what? Punching rice, rocks. I see so
well, I
many like
started.
overseas. I seen that.
Yeah, you can do. You could. I like to punch the makiwara boards.
Yeah.
It's on a wall, so it has no
Yeah.
give. You know what I mean? So that's the closest that I feel like I've gotten to be able to feel like it is to punching something in like
Mm.
the pain. It's not even that. It's not even as painful punching the Maki Wara board than it is the skull and the head.
Okay.
Because there's no give at all. Like it's fucking heads are so hard. Even
So
even
when you
when you
go
punch
for a
with MMA
headshot, you
gloves, it hurts.
trying here? When you go for a headshot, you definitely not trying to go up here because some
I
fighters
mean,
duck
yeah,
their
you
head.
don't want to. You don't want to, but sometimes you do land that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I'm not going. This is the hardest part of the skull is here,
Okay.
and of course this is pretty hard too in here. There's soft spots in the back of back of the ear, right under the jaw, in the temples. Even the cheekbones are pretty hard. You know, but they'll like the jaw's going to give more. The head is going to turn more. But like if you hit
Yeah.
the head, it just kind of stays. But if you hit the jaw, it's like a little, you know.
And y'all able to clinch and punch just like
Yeah, we can have one hand as long as we're active with one hand. Boom, boom, boom.
okay. That's
Yeah,
what's up, man. Hey, for y'all that's tuned in, Christine Ferea will face Britain Hart February 19th. That's next week. It's going down, man. This is for
yeah,
all the crown. Like this is for the bare knuckle fighting championship and the diamond belt. It's a big
yeah.
freaking deal. And
It's a big
I'll be
deal.
tuned in. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this
Absolutely.
because it's no other grudge match, in my opinion. Look, my boy Julian Lane, I know he turned up. I know he turns up. He's gonna give you the energy. But you
Yeah.
and Britain, it just seems like y'all on a whole nother level right now.
Oh, we
For
are.
real. Like a lot of
It's
people are
personal.
talking about this fight.
Yeah, it's personal. And I mean, she's a durable. She's durable, but
How you gonna
I
get through the
think
press conference there, Christine? Because I know
I'm
you'll
just
take off on somebody quick. I mean,
I know. I'm
how
gonna
you
have
gonna get
somebody
through the
with me.
press conference though?
I'm gonna let someone's gonna have to sit with me because I do not want to knock her out before. I don't, dude. Like in my head, if I have to, I'm gonna let her make her little. They make highlight reels of how dumb she is, so I'm just gonna let her do that. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna scream out a whole bunch of stuff that's not true. Dude, she's already doing it. She's already doing it. So she can do what she does. She can do what she does. My hands are gonna talk the next day.
I got you.
Britain. Mhm. So I see my manager. Britain depends on the clinch a lot.
Oh, that's your manager. Shout out to your manager, Jules Gray,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
building.
I
Support.
mean,
You get
I'm a Muay Thai fighter. I mean, put me in the clinch, sweetheart. I'm gonna shut her down in every way. And she wants to put me in that headlock. She's getting flipped on her head because I'm gonna judo throw her ass.
if it was only legal though. Please don't get DQ because
That's
this
not legal. This isn't headlock is illegal.
a judo throw is in bare knuckles.
No, the headlock isn't legal.
Oh, okay. So you can headlock and punch in bare knuckles. Didn't know that.
No, you can't. That's
Oh,
not
okay.
legal. It's only here. I think it even says in the rules that you're not allowed to headlock.
So you think you're talking about what she tried to do the first fight?
She tried to do that with Pearl. If
Oh,
you see,
okay.
she's like, I was like, where's the noogie? She's like,
Yeah, I just thought when she turned her back on you, she wasn't headlocking.
oh,
She was just retreating. She was just
oh yeah, no.
surrendering.
And then she grabbed my arm. Yeah,
Yeah.
she grabbed my hand, and then she doesn't understand though. Like I'm more comfortable in chaos. Like she's like, I'm not gonna feel her out in the first round this time. I think that's what I did wrong last time. I'm like, my reflexes, I'm faster than you, I'm stronger than you, I'm smarter than you. Like her best bet is to box me, which is not even good. But I mean, coming at me is insane.
Mm,
That's crazy. I'm gonna Ann Wolf her ass.
mm. I saw you post that on your
Boom,
page.
dude. Like she's too slow, dude, and she's too wide and too reckless, and she's crazy. Like she doesn't think. I don't think. Like I think she thinks when she's on the outside, like she has more gathering about her. She gets in, she's like,
Hey, you put on your
bro.
page too. I meant to ask you. I read something where it said, if I ever train, I do so with the tenacity and purpose. Um, that I would be the hardest woman
to kill.
anyone would ever try to kill.
Yeah,
Is
facts.
that your quote?
No,
So what does
I
that quote mean to you though? Because you
because I
kind of
want.
have you definitely have that persona that just what the quote said. You definitely want to be the hardest woman anyone ever
I
tries to
am.
kill.
I am. It's the way I train and the way that I what I put myself through and the isolation and the sacrifice. I'm not gonna go in there and get handled by somebody. And I make sure that I have critical coaches, hard coaches, somewhat sometimes mean. I like the balance that I can take any pressure and I can take any physical infliction that's put on me by my opponent. I'm not gonna let somebody dominate me at my
I
weight
feel you.
class. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. Speaking about your weight class, Misfit is a name out there, Tay Starling, aka Killer B. I covered her before when she had her first boxing match.
Mhm.
So, she was okay in boxing. She wasn't that nice. And now
Starling?
she's somewhat changed. What now?
You said Taylor Starling?
Yeah, Taylor Starling,
Oh,
Killer
okay.
B.
Yeah.
So she finally got her shot in bare knuckle, and it seems like she's been, skyrocketing ever since. You and her in the same weight class. Do you see yourself and her clashing in the near future?
Yeah. I mean, when I have this belt, everybody's gonna have to go through me. So no one's gonna be able to. I don't know if she's. I don't think she's ducking. Is she ready for me at this point? No, she's not ready for me.
I have to be honest. I try to keep it neutral. I agree with you.
Not yet. She's
I
she.
agree because she wasn't. She has started to improve with the coaching and experience,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
she wasn't that good in boxing. But the way she's been able to match up nicely with the opponents
Hmm.
in bare knuckle, she's been able to get some wins and everything. I think she's 3-0 over there, and
Yeah.
she's been doing well. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I just see your skill set on a whole nother level when it comes to just straight up dog. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The technical discipline. You're on a whole nother level than she is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I went from straight Street Fighter brawler and then refined myself.
Yeah,
Because I would go back and watch my fights, and I'm like, damn, I look like shit. I don't look like a fighter. I don't look right. I don't look good. I don't look stable. I don't have balance. I don't have speed. I just have. I didn't like that. I want when I'm in a sport and I want to respect the sport and I want to respect the game, and that takes time and effort and skills. And so I went and sought out boxing coaches and really, really great coaches and try to get on the team. A lot of it took a lot of guys didn't want me because of my style and they probably thought they couldn't change me and fix me. That there's not enough money in me, you know what I mean? But I finally found some guys that invest in me and helped me and you know put me together a little bit and um, now look at me. I intertwined my Muay Thai with my boxing, and I think that's a deadly combination. And then I have my MMA. I feel like wrestling really made me tough too. The
that's
wrestling.
crazy. You do have MMA. Those of you that follow mixed martial arts, man, she has a win over Rachel Ostovich, like a dominant win. But no one talks about that. Like you can fight MMA too, but you
Yeah,
choose what you choose. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I love boxing, love it. Yeah, and I have trained at AK in San Jose. I'm from San Jose, so
Okay, that's
yeah,
what's up. You're on the
yeah.
West Coast. Is your team the LA Rams? They in the Super Bowl today. Or
No, I'm a
okay,
San Francisco 49ers fan. They
okay,
they
for
fucking
sure.
blew it this year.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Mhm.
Well, I know you have training coming up there, Christine. let the fans know where they can follow you, of course. And for me, it's always a pleasure kicking it with you, and
Thank
everything.
you for
Like
having
I
me on.
said, you're one of the most easiest going savages out there. You
Thank you.
absolutely have a switch that you turn in.
I do.
I talked to her in the interview down in Florida at the Bare Knuckle. Professional as you're gonna get. She don't have this persona about it, but when she gets ready to step into that ring, it's a whole nother world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So salute to you,
Yeah.
big dog. Continue to do what you
Thank
do,
you. I
Misfit. Look forward to
appreciate you.
seeing you get that championship.
Thank you so much, man, for having me on.
Where can they follow you at?
At Christine Ferea is all my handles. So for Facebook, you want to find me, it's at Christine Ferea. Instagram, at Christine Ferea.
And any final words for anyone who's supporting you and those who are about to support you?
Thank you so much. Without you guys, I'm nothing. And I know that. I'm 100% about my fans and my support, my sponsors. Just know that I'm not going to let anybody down, and that knockout's coming for you.
That's what's up. Can I get your signature across the neck, off with the head? There it is. The one and only Misfit, Christine Ferea in the building. Be sure to check out BKFC, Knucklemania 2, coming up this weekend. It's always a pleasure, champ. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, that was the one and only Misfit in the building. Always a professional, but she definitely can throw down. Real talk. You have to check out the Knucklemania 2 that's coming up this weekend. You have to check it out because they have a excellent card. Let me put up the flyer for the card. And once again, thanks for Christine dropping through World Combat Sports. I appreciate you there, champ. This is one of the fight card. This is the flyer for the. Let me get that comment out of there. This is the flyer. You have Michael Platinum Perry, who's a former UFC fighter. He's going in there against another former UFC fighter, Julian Lane. Those two absolutely have the personality to make a very good competitive scrap, man. I'm telling you, goddamn. I was talking about her press conference. I don't know how this press conference, period. You got Luis Palomino in there going against Brown. That's going to be a good one. And I think the fight of all fights, man, is going to be Christine Ferea versus Britain Hart. They fought before, and Ferea closed her out. I mean, straight up. Dominating style, closed her out. It was a referee stoppage because she messed up her eye pretty good. With that said, over time, since their first fight up to now, both of these fighters have still been fighting. But in combat sports, man, you start to take on, I don't know, 1 minute fighters, like each other. Next minute they don't. Well, anyone who knows Ferea, she can throw down. Britain can throw down. Real talk, Britain Hart can fight. But in the community of bare knuckles, which is growing, because bare knuckles has been growing crazy. Like you're talking about an organization that was in Wyoming at one time, Cheyenne, Wyoming, and they're fighting in Florida, Biloxi, Mississippi. They're growing too. Shout out to David Feldman and all the guys over there, man. They putting on very good cards. And this matchup with Ferea and Hart, hey, it's gonna be fireworks, bro. And this is a championship fight. 5 rounds, 2 minutes apiece. They have to toe the line. And then when the referee says knuckle up, they fight. Quite opposite of boxing. I would say I like the intro to start the fighters in bare knuckles better than I do boxing. Because they're right there, close. They have to put their toe on the line, and the refs say knuckle up, and it's on and popping. There's nothing else to it. It's on and popping. You know what I'm saying? And like you've seen her say, the hand wraps, 2 fingers from the knuckles, wrap around the wrist and the lower part of the hand, and there you go. It's a bare knuckle affair, and different. Fighters look different. If you ain't moving your head, you don't have no defense, and you're just sitting there taking punches, you're gonna get cut. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna swell up. You're gonna wear the fight early. It's nothing to wear a first round fight in bare knuckle like you've been in there for good 6 or 7 rounds already. It's nothing to come out of the first round, swollen, bloody, every. But it's a damn good fight card. You see Chad Mendez, man, former UFC fighter, crazy dog, crazy how he was at one point in time, they was trying to build him up to be a contender. But like you said, if you're young enough still, you get up out of the mixed martial arts arena where you have to train fast as a combat and then come over here to bare knuckle where you're just standing up. Some people can excel. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happened with Ferea and Hart. But more so Christine, because like I said, she was a mixed martial artist, Muay Thai, kickboxer, and then bare knuckle. It's pretty much she's an all-around fighter. But when you come to bare knuckle to take the gloves off, it's a whole different environment. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everyone for pulling up, man. I know she said her manager was on deck. Appreciate you for stopping through in the live chat, showing support to the live. You know what I'm saying? D-Ray Promotions, Joanne O'Reilly. He said, what the heck is the next for MISFIT once she puts the alley cat out? Oh, shit. Hey, that's one thing about the bare knuckle community and the MMA community. They different. They'll ride for their fighters, man. The energy is different over there. Joanne said, Misfit Nation. Britain has a lot in common with Helen Peralta. Yeah, that fight was absolutely a battle like none other. Like, you know how people always try to downplay female fighters? That fight right there was hand to hand. I'm talking about knuckle to face, all out action. And if you look at it, go on YouTube and look up Christine Ferea and Helen Peralta. Ferea really lined her up the entire fight and landed some hard shots. Now, give it up to Peralta. She kind of reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga a little bit, Jessica McCaskill. Right now, that's the champion. She has some wide looping punches, but she has power. And when you get a female, a fighter in general, with the mindset that they have that power in their category, sometimes their technique is not the best, but their mindset is to land that one shot or two to start breaking you down and knock you out. And that's Helen. I don't know what's going on with her right now. I know Ferea is 4-1 bare knuckle. So her only loss came to Helen Peralta, where I believe she just fought the wrong fight. She's not less talented than Peralta, but she fought the wrong fight. And, she'll tell you that. But still, she was diming her. And the referee never stopped it. I just didn't quite understand why. Because she was getting beat up. Hami said, I'm so amped for this fight. Christine will hold this belt down for a minute. I think so. Shout out to Tay Starling, man. I have a road with Tay too. You know what I'm saying? For real. I have a road travel going to fights in North Carolina where she was fighting at as a boxer. She did okay. That was like the starting point. You know what I'm saying? That was the entry for her in combat sports. And now she's just this star in bare knuckle. People talking like they really want to see Tay. Like they really talking about it. Like the Killer Bee has came into existence. You know what I'm saying? She still has some work to do. But as far as her notoriety goes, that shit is just levitated. But when it comes to skill set, and I have all the respect for Tay Starling. These fighters, they'll get with you. You know what I'm saying? They'll feel some type of, it's just a critique. Especially if I'm not competing or I don't have a extensive background in combat sports. Some fighters feel some type of way. But for me to sit up here and say, I believe that Tay Starling's boxing is on the same level as Christine Ferea, I will absolutely be dishonest about it. I'll just, so to speak, because I just don't see that right now. I'm not saying she can't. Tay is freaking, she's young. Now, as far as Britain Hart can scrap. She can scrap. This is going to be a good fight. That's what makes this dynamic between Ferea and Hart very, very interesting and intriguing. Both of them can fight. Both of them can fight, man. I just feel Ferea's technical discipline and her viciousness. If you look at the first fight, her viciousness, man, when she put her punches together, it's dogmatic, man. It's dogmatic. Taylor's an amazing woman, but she is not in Christine's food chain yet. Well, hey Jules, I think when you say food chain, I think it'll be a tough fight for Tay Starling. She might. I know she ain't food, but I have to talk to her. You know, I have to talk to her and see where her mindset is at, because I haven't had an opportunity to speak with her since she has joined bare knuckle fighting. You know, she has a new profound fame now, so I haven't had the opportunity to chop it up with her yet. What the heck is next for Misfit? D-Ray Promotions on deck, man. Then we hold the title down. We want the champions from all other promotions. Damn. So how would you do that there, Jules? How would you get other champions from other promotions, like other bare knuckle promotions, or how would you cross thread that? Because I don't think there's other bare knuckle promotions that's on the level of BKFC. So if you fighting that, just like the UFC, Bellator, so if you fighting at the premiere, what point will it make? I don't know, because they did mention the UFC fight Bellator champion. Like they was talking at one point in time, my boy Douglas Lima fighting Kamaru Usman, both are welterweights. Douglas Lima's been welterweight 4 times, and pretty much Kamaru Usman has defended his title around that. So I can understand where you're coming from for that, but I just don't see any other bare knuckle organization on the same tier as BKFC right now. Ghost on deck, man. What's good with you? Salute. Joanne say we love you, Misfit. Tony Boswell on deck. Salute, my brother. What's good? Thank you, Christine, for sharing your time with us. No doubt, man. Always good to have, a cross thread of media reporting, especially from bare knuckle, the MMA, the boxing, and also BJJ and grappling. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk about combat sports, you got to line them up with boxing and MMA and bare knuckle. A lot of people are still trying to feel bare knuckle out because it's a tough sport to get adjusted to. You're going to see blood, goddammit. You're going to see swelling, and you're going to see disfigurement, and you're going to see some cuts. You saw what happened to a perfect example. You saw what happened to Lorenzo Hunt when he jumped in the ring with Hector Lombard, right? Hector sucker punched him twice. So people like me who follow the MMA career of Hector Lombard, and then I followed Lorenzo Hunt when he was doing open workouts for the BKFC. He was doing open workouts. Now look at him. He went in there, he did Lombard after being sucker punched. He's grown. Oh my God. Dog, he's did his thing. Now he's champion. You can't tell him nothing. The juggernaut. You can't tell that dude nothing, dog. Shout out to the juggernaut, man. He's on a whole nother level right now. And he can fight. He can fight, dog. The one thing with bare knuckle, I think people are looking for a sustainment with the champions. Like they're looking for a champion to keep the belt. Who can reign in bare knuckles for a long period of time? It's so brutal. You're talking about, these right here. You're talking about using bare hands. You got to stay healthy with these with no protection. You got to stay healthy with your hands, and also you got to stay healthy with everything else. So what's the longevity of a bare knuckle champion? That's my biggest question. Like you're looking at you're looking at this flyer, and you're seeing some of the fighters that used to be in the UFC, But yet, when they come over to bare knuckle fighting, it's not necessarily guaranteed that they'll step on in that ring or on this platform and win automatically. You feel me? I mean, it's just not guaranteed because they're standing up now. Chad Mendez has the experience, but what's going to happen when he fights bare knuckle? It's no changing levels. There's no takedowns, but you can clinch. You can hit your opponent. You can clinch behind the neck with one hand and punch with the free hand. I mean, it's different rules, but still, you know, that's where mixed martial artists and Muay Thai fighters definitely have advantages in working on their clinch game. Seriously. Ghost said, amazing interview like always, King. Appreciate you, Ghost, for your support, my brother. Real talk. Salute to you. Brixham SW say, we love you, Misfit. So, you know, the Misfit have her fans. Has a huge fan base. Like the one thing I respect most about meeting her for the first time back then was that she has different levels to her insanity, so to speak. Like when she goes in there and get it in. But when she's outside and she's talking to you, it's regular. It's no motherfucking, you know, she already knows she can fight. She already knows what she is. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a second. That's my fault, people. So pretty much like I'm saying, you know, there's no ego and nothing like that. I'm pretty sure she has an ego somewhere. But when she talked to the media, when she spoke to me per se, she was cool as a fan. And I pretty much did an interview with her. She was cool with it. No, treat you like, you know, you inferior, you ain't a fighter. No, I got mad respect for Christine, for real. And I want her to go in here and get what's hers, you know, once again. But this time it's different caliber of belt. So yeah, y'all be sure to tune in, man. It's gonna be awesome. Being on deck, man. Shalom WCS. You know, it's man down today, tomorrow, and forever. And see, even when you come in the chat and show support, Ben, I always read your post. I always read what your input. If I was a hater like you think I am, I wouldn't read shit. For real. So know that when I read you, I'm appreciating your support, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Even though you be on it. be on it, dog. See Wood on deck, man. What's good, bro? Definitely different. Carissa's the true number one pound for pound. Well, we're talking about bare knuckle fighting. We're talking about bare knuckle. So it's okay for some supporters who support boxing to basically say something about a female fighter. Has Carissa Shields even thought about coming over to bare knuckle? Not yet. Am I going to sit up here and act like she wouldn't? No, I can't say that. I mean, she's Flint, Michigan. You know, she's already has that persona that she can beat dudes and everything else. So will she ever venture over the bare knuckle? I don't know. But I can tell you this. Carissa Shields was to ever step through the doors of bare knuckle, if they get a weight class for her, first of all, she'll probably get paid more than she ever did in boxing. That depends on when she planned on coming over to bare knuckle. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the deal. Not everybody in bare knuckle has power. For real. But you're using these right here. When you use these, you know what I'm saying? When you use these right here. When you use that, it's different. You might have just 2 knockouts with boxing gloves, but you take them off. You take the motherfuckers off. It might be a different story. Carissa might come over there and be stopping motherfuckers, dog. I'm serious. She might. Real talk. But I should have known of everybody. Ben was going to be the first one to attempt to disrespect my guest. Man, don't disrespect Christine like that. she's not, she's not up here saying she's pound for pound number one. She is letting her fans know that she's about to go ahead and do work. You know what I'm saying? That we know. That we know without a problem. Hey, she can fight, man. She can fight. There ain't no question about that. She can fight. And Wolf has one of the best knockouts in the history of the sport. Absolutely. Absolutely. She knocked out the Russian. That overhand right was just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful, y'all. That overhand right that Ann Wolf put on. What was her name? Somebody drop her name in there. What was the lady name? She was like 6'8" or whatever, all tall. I think she was undefeated at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And Wolf set her up nice too, man. Set her up nice. Through I think she threw the jab out there to the body, going to the body, and allow her opponent to get comfortable to come in. And she didn't wait for her to come all the way and close distance. She went out of boom, landed that overhand right, sent it. That's one of the most brutal knockouts in boxing, not just in women's sport, just in boxing in general. That was a brutal knockout. You know what I'm saying? You take that knockout, you look at the Paul Williams knockout, you look at Ann Wolf's knockout, you look at Oscar Valdez. I have to put Oscar Valdez in there. Whether he was clean or what, I don't know. But Oscar Valdez knockout. Who else was flatline? Eric Codgerton, his knockout was brutal. I mean, it's so many knockouts. I can't even put her knockout with. I can. You have to put Dillian White up there too. Dillian White, Bermain Stavern, Dominique Brazil. Some people don't get it. BKFC reminds me of the first UFC fights from the 90s. I have to disagree, bro. The reason why I disagree is that they was pretty much using the art that they came in the cage with, right? And a lot of that was karate, wrestling, kung fu, BJJ. But I can't say BJJ because a lot of cats didn't even know BJJ back then. Only the Gracies did. So that's why, they was the only one you seen with a full uniform, a full gi. You know what I'm saying? In the cage. But anyway, early fights was bare knuckle, so to speak. It seems like they was more so trying to kick and everything. Bare knuckle to me right now, it's just evolving as a tactical brutality in combat sports. Like you have to have technique to know where to land these punches. It's not like a street fight like back then. Like back then, it's coming back. Look at Gary Goodrich fight when he was able to get his opponent on the ground and he landed like 8 elbows continually. That has nothing to do with bare knuckle. That was bone of an elbow to somebody's head and it was over. Like back then, you can headbutt. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of areas that you can use that you can't use now. Like headbutting, kicking your opponent in the head while they was down, like soccer kicking them. I mean, I don't see the comparison. Just with no gloves, no, I just can't give that because I see bare knuckle fighting right now evolving to a point where you have to have some technique on where to land your shots. If you don't, you're going to break your hand. Real talk. But man, hey, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who tuned in. You know what it is, man. WCS in the building. You know what I'm saying? WCS in the building with the one and only MISFIT Christine Ferea. Big shout out for you pulling up once again to your boy World Combat Sports. I've interviewed her before, I think a couple of times. And want to wish her the best heading in that championship fight next weekend. And to my supporters who tuned in, hey, man, be sure y'all support. Listen to me. I want the individuals, I'm requesting that the individuals that tune into World Combat Sports know it for what it's worth. I want you to look at MMA. I want you to check out bare knuckle. And, if you choose to grappling, check out another combat sport other than boxing so you will not go crazy. I want you to check out first mixed martial arts. Just check it out. Just look at what's going on in mixed martial arts. On the card yesterday was pretty interesting. My boy Derek the Beast Lewis was knocked out by Bam Bam Tuivasa. I never thought I would see that coming with an elbow. Wow. That's why I tell you to watch mixed martial arts. You can still watch boxing. I'm not frowning. I am frowning, but I'm not telling you to basically banish it. All right. But through all the hocus pocus type media, with MMA, you pretty much get the fights. It's going to come. The fight's going to come. Boom. So-and-so's fighting this person, that person, and the other. That's what it is. It's a lot of excitement over there. It's a lot of excitement, man. Israel Adesanya, shout out to the style bender. He ended up defeating Robert Whittaker. Much more technical fight. People look at combat sports like the temporaries, right? The temporaries will look at combat sports and say, well, Robert Whittaker was stopped in the first fight, right? But they act like that particular individual could not evolve. Like styles makes fights. And Whittaker had the wrong strategy that night for Stylebender, who is a former high-level kickboxer, competitor. And therefore, he was able to use that technique with countering and everything else in their first fight. Not so much this fight. I thought Robert Whittaker landed very efficiently, but it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Like Stylebender was using his kicks. I mean, some of those kicks just whisked right over the head of Robert Whittaker. It was close. But when the scorecards was read, he didn't get the nod. So at middleweight, Adesanya is undefeated. He has one loss on his record for attempting to be great, moving up the light heavy and facing Juan Blachowicz, which was, utilize his wrestling, strong, and he was able to get multiple takedowns, and he defeated Adesanya, but Adesanya did not lose his belt. So he's undefeated middleweight. Good stuff. All's Mentality and BE, hosted by Dr. Mark, is on deck, man. He says, salute to the King, World Combat Sports, and the family. Salute to you, King. How you feeling, bro? Free Hoover. I saw you over here. You know what I'm saying? Everyone else. But I'm going to drop this. I'm going to close out this. I know a lot of people getting ready for the Super Bowl and everything. So I don't have a team in the fight today. But if you ask me who I'm going for LA Rams. I'm going for the LA Rams. For real. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. You know what I'm saying? Probably because there's some players on that team that I want to see get a chip. But besides that, my team or my state team is not in the championships once again. The Braves made it and won the World Series, but no Super Bowl, no playoffs for us, nothing. We done. So, yeah, man, y'all hold it down, man. Share the content. Do what you got to do. Tell somebody about the channel, support it. And until next time, man, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.